Hi everyone, it's your girl Robin Shockley with Focus Forward with Robin on the go, because you never know where I'm going to be. I'm here on behalf of the community service podcast that I have. It's called The Voice of Vision and Truth. And I'm here with a very special lady today who wants to share her story and let it be known about her Pit to Purpose story life. I'm here with Miss Sybil Smith.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad that you took the time out of your day to be with me.
I am happy. I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
And I'm excited.
I'm excited. You've got a glow about you right now, and you are just full of life, it seems.
Thank you.
Yes, and you know what? You got something to be happy about and to celebrate. At one time, she did not have a moment in her life to celebrate. Right now, we are outside. We are in Greenville, South Carolina, in a little town called Berea. And let me tell you, it's beautiful today. We've got kids outside playing, families are out here. We're smiling, we're full of life.
Yeah.
But this lady right here didn't always have a joyful life.
I didn't.
So let's backtrack a little bit, Miss Sybil. Let's talk about your life before today.
Yes.
Okay? And
Yes.
then we'll go into today and why you're smiling.
Okay.
But let's talk about your life in general. Let's talk about the life that you've lived in years past.
Yes. Well, basically, as I was like growing up, these times and days, I'm not going to say that you come from an alcoholic family,
Okay.
but just like my mom left us when we was a little kids, and my dad raised us and
Okay.
stuff, but he was an alcoholic. So, and he did the best he could.
Yes.
So, I got through school, got through high school. I graduated in 1984.
Okay.
So I enjoyed that, and I went to college,
Okay.
a little bit, and I wanted to take up human service.
Okay.
I wanted to be like a drug counselor, to help somebody get off drugs.
Now, what made you want to do that? Is because you had alcohol in your home, or?
Yes,
Okay.
and that was my passion, because basically I lived it. I've been through it. So that's why I know that I can help
You can
someone.
relate.
Yes, I can relate to that.
Yes. Okay. So you had went to school, you graduated, you grew up and stuff, but you had a passion in you to work in human relations, human services.
Yes.
So where did things start to deteriorate, so to speak, where you started going down a different path than what your passion was?
Yes. Basically, after I graduated in 1984, I started smoking. First you start off smoking cigarettes.
Yes.
And then I started drinking, and I was at an early age. I was young when I first started smoking
How old were you?
pot. I was 12 years old when I had my first boyfriend,
Okay.
living in my dad's house and with all my siblings.
Okay.
So
How many was in your family?
it was 7.
7. Okay.
It was that 7.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
But
So you had your first boyfriend at age 12, and you
Yes.
started smoking. And
yes,
smoking pot at that age
started
too?
smoking pot.
Okay.
Hanging out and stuff like that.
So I guess it was the kids that you were around that was smoking the pot. And
That's
so
right.
It, of course, influence gets in the way of our purpose, and we don't know when we're young. I remember I was young, and I remember taking my first sip of alcohol. I was in 8th grade.
Yes.
So and I was like, later I
Yes.
loved it, but then it was like, oh, okay. But so I get that when you're young and
Yes.
you got that peer pressure and you're being influenced, especially you got a boyfriend.
Yes.
And all that.
Oh, yes. And I got pregnant with my first boyfriend.
Okay.
Just at the age of 16.
16.
I
Wow.
didn't quit school.
Okay.
I went to the teen parent program.
Okay.
Pregnant school for young mothers.
Yes.
Over there in I think it's off and over there in not West Greenville, but off of Anderson Road.
Okay,
Yes, Anderson
okay.
Road. And I never stopped going to school, you know, because I wanted my education.
Okay.
And I did. I graduated in 84. I had my son.
Okay.
And that's my first son now,
Okay.
Al Harris.
Oh, Al Harris.
Yes, he's my firstborn.
Well, I'm a firstborn too. So
Wow.
yeah, there's something special about the firstborns. I know my firstborn. There's something. I mean, I love I love both my
Yes.
kids, but
Yes.
there's something unique. You know that there's a calling on that firstborn,
Right.
Too. So
Yes.
and as we know with Al Harris, there definitely is a calling, and that's another time for another story
Yes.
to talk about him because he's got a powerful story too. But about you, Miss Sybil. So
Yes.
you had a child.
Yes.
All right. Now, did you do drugs during that time?
No, at the teen parent school, I quit. You know,
Okay.
I quit doing the pot and smoking the cigarettes
Okay.
and any of that.
Okay.
You know, just to get myself together.
Okay.
And after I had the baby and stuff, we made sure that he was fine. Got him on up in school
Okay.
and stuff like that. But things came to a turn when I become getting older. You know, I can say when he was about 5 years old, you know, I started like clubbing or going out.
Okay.
And
so
then-
what do you think made you want to shift from just being the stay-at-home mom, taking care of your child and stuff, to one where you felt like you were missing something, or?
No, it just seemed like I wanted to, I'm not going to say be free, you know, but I wanted to live my life. I wanted to go and see the world. I just
Okay.
wanted to go out,
Okay.
especially when my friends come by and Sybil, let's go out for a little while,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And then that moment, that's when I started to, my life started shifting. I mean,
Okay.
really in a negative way. You know, I started sniffing the cocaine.
Oh wow, was that the first drug that you did besides
Yes.
marijuana?
No, it was marijuana and cigarettes and alcohol.
Okay, that's
So
basically what it was.
Yes.
But cocaine was the first big drug.
Cocaine was the big drug when it was the sniffing in your nose.
Okay.
You know, but then that drug began to get a little weak. You know, a little weaker.
Your body got used to it.
Too used to it. You know, so you want something stronger.
Wow.
You know, so I say, you know, a few years, months passed, you know, I just kept on going out and just hanging out. I just wanted to go and just have fun, really.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go have fun, but when I thought it was fun, it was really like I was hurting myself.
It was dragging you down.
That's right.
And once you get, I do know this, because I've talked to people and plus I've had experiences. Once you get involved in something, you don't realize you're being brought down because
Right.
you're in the middle of that.
Right.
So what is it that really brought you down to rock bottom?
I started beginning to leave my son with my father or leave him at his father's grandmother's house, you know, his grandmama's house. And I really started hanging out real bad. And then I some kind of way I got connected with the wrong crowd.
Okay.
And I tried crack.
Okay.
Mhm.
So crack is, for people that don't know, crack is a form of cocaine.
Yes.
That's melted. Is that right?
No, it's something you have to. It's something like it is a form of a cocaine first. You gotta cook it, boil it, and stuff like that. You know, and it comes into a form of a rock. So it's really like a rock, like
Okay.
a piece of rock, right?
Okay.
You know.
So you got into dealing with the crack.
Yes, and that destroyed my life. It destroyed my life.
What kind of effects did it have on your life?
It made you want more and more and more, and then you don't feed yourself. You don't eat. You don't want to eat. All you want to do is feel that high, or feel the that feeling, you know.
Yeah.
Because if you start one, you're going to want another one and another one and another one. And that's the worst thing I ever done in my life.
Did it cause you to lose your focus as far as like the attention that you needed to focus on work or focus on your child? Or
Oh yes, at the time I was working at Bilo over by Greenwood Tech on 291.
Bilo is a grocery store for those that are on our international level. So she was working at a grocery store.
And ever since 2004, I've been working at that Bilo, but they closed down. And sometimes I act like I can stay out all night and know I had to go to work the next morning.
Yeah.
And then let me tell you, I think I can just go put my uniform on and go to work, right out the street.
And people wouldn't even know it. People wouldn't notice it, but they do. They do.
I was on my cash register taking care of customers, and I end up dozing off because like this, and I was tired. Trying to work and hang out and do drugs at the same time.
Wow.
I thought I can do it, but I couldn't. And I said, oh, did I go to sleep? I am so tired,
But you were a half functioning addict.
Yes, I was addicted to it. I mean it. It have become so strong in my life that I was addicted.
Wow. So at this point, you still have a small child, right? Is Al still small? Do you have any other children or anything?
Yes, I have 6 boys and 1 girl.
Okay.
And all my children are grown. They got their own children, and they got their own home.
Okay.
I have 16 grandbabies.
Wow, nice.
So, but it was hard to even try to get off that crack.
Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a brief break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Miss Sybil. We're going to go a little bit more in depth how she got off crack, what happened to her to make her wake up to realize that her life was valuable and the importance of her being here for her children. Because as you see, we are at a playground today surrounded by children that are out here with laughter and joy. And at one point, her home life wasn't like this, because of what she had been experiencing and the things that she was involved in. So stay tuned. We're going to be right back with the voice of vision and truth. This is your girl, Robin Shockley, and we'll be right back soon. Hello world, what a wonderful day it is to be alive. This is your girl Robin Shockley with Focus For with Robin. You never know where I'm going to be is what I always say. And I just wanted to come on here today to share a little piece of my life journey with you. I am in a new transition year. Over the last few years, I've had to go through some different aspects of my life, but this year was something different. I'm living my new reality. How am I living that new reality? Is I'm realizing some things about I need to let go of, which is people, places, and things. Also, I'm realizing things to embrace, things that I like about myself, things that I don't like about myself, and things that I'm willing to adjust, and some things I'm just not willing to adjust. But through it all, I'm learning and I'm loving and I'm still continuing to give. And how do I do this? These are the things that I repeat in my life every single day when I get up in the mornings. And I want to share a piece of this with you. I would love for you to record this or take notes, write it down, and say this speech every day. It will give you life and it will give you joy. I want you to repeat, I am valuable. I am loved by God. God has great plans for my life. I have favor wherever I go. God's blessings are chasing me down and overtaking me. Everything I touch prospers and succeeds. I'm excited about my future. Father, I thank you that I am strong in the Lord and in the power of your might, and I am well able to do what you have called me to do. Father, you said my steps are ordered by the Lord, so I thank you that you are guiding and directing my steps today. I speak blessings on you today, and I hope it's a wonderful day for you. When I can't sleep, these are some of the things that I do. I wake up, I cook breakfast, and I do some thinking. I also have bills I have to take care of. My life is not perfect, just as yours is not perfect. But if we can wake up every day, make up our beds, and think the possibilities of what's to come, choose our mindset to think, believe, and achieve a thing, and so it shall be. Happy, wonderful day, everybody. Now go live life on purpose. Welcome back to the Voice of Vision and Truth with Robin Shockley podcast. I am here with Miss Sybil today, and she has started out telling us about her life story and how she got involved in some situations that was not good for her. She first started telling us about how she grew up and what her passion was in life. And she started going down the right path. But of course, how things happen, we get steered in the wrong direction. And so then she starts telling us about how she got involved with drugs. And she started doing crack cocaine, and how it took a hold on her, even affected her with her children and her job. But Miss Sybil, that's not all that's happened in your life. Tell us a little bit of some other situations that you have gotten involved with that has been detrimental to you.
Well, I know after I got hooked on the crack cocaine, I started like hanging out in the streets, walking the streets, really wanting to do anything to get $1, to get more crack. Wow. So I did. I walked the street and walked the street, and I wanted to do anything I could do to get another $1, to get me another hit.
So you didn't care what happened to you personally, your body, life, or anything in that moment. You just wanted that fix.
Yes, I wanted it. And I was so scared walking the streets at night, But even walking the streets at night, I will ask God to help me, to help me get off of it. I mean, I was literally out there to sun up to sundown. So I advise anyone, the drug is not for you. It destroyed my life.
So what happened when you were walking the streets?
I get in this car with somebody thinking that they're gonna, trick, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And get me a few dollars for whatever I can get. And before you know it, I wasn't able. Wow. It was bad. I mean, I trust these people and I get in their car, but I didn't care, because as long as he give me that money first, I make sure I can do what I do and get on out of there.
Wow. So did you get attacked?
But one time back up here off the White Horse Road behind QT gas station, I got in this car with this man, and I thought that he was gonna, like, whatever we can do.
Yeah.
But I was pregnant. I was pregnant at the time. out there, okay? Got in this car with the man. He had a gun, but the only thing he did was put it to my head, okay? He didn't rape me, but he made me do certain things to him.
Yeah.
You know,
he molested you. So
yes, he molested me, and he didn't give me a dime. You know,
so you put yourself in these positions, but you felt helpless. But you felt like you needed a hit of a drug to survive. So once you get yourself in that position, you don't know how to get yourself out.
You don't.
So these are just a few things that has happened to you, but there was something that was a life or death situation that did happen. Can you tell us when, the date, and if you can remember a little bit about it?
Oh yes, it'll never leave my mind. I always remember this. Now 7/27/06. Okay, I was living in Jackson Townhome over in Fieldcrest off of Lawrence Road.
Okay.
In my townhome. And back then I was still on crack. You know, I was still on crack. I went to buy a lot of it. And I think this guy saw me buy a whole lot.
Yeah.
So I was gonna go home by myself and, smoke it.
Okay.
But when I was walking home, I can say this car was scoping me out. I do believe he was scoping me out to see what was wrong. You know, I don't know. But I know when I finally come up in his presence, he was driving the car in my lot, where I live at. And he seemed like something was wrong with him.
Okay.
And I asked him, I say, sir, you all right? But see, because I love helping people. That's why I love taking care of.
That was your passion.
Yeah, yes, it's my passion, and it's still my passion right to this day. I said, oh, you all right? He say, no. I said, well, let you meet my son, Omar. You know, out of my 7 children, Omar was there. And I told Omar, I said, Omar, I'm going to help him. And he told Omar, your mama going to be right back. She going to help me. I'm going to bring her right back. But, okay, I got in his car. And I shouldn't have gotten in this car. I know, you know. But I did. And what it was, we ended up way down in Lawrence County. Wait, I didn't know where I was at. We got in this door. We got in this house, and I think it was his because he had a door key.
Okay.
And when we got in there, he tied me up. He took my pocketbook, my money, my drugs, and just tied my eyes, my mouth, and hands and feet. And then he took my skirt off, but he didn't rape me then. But he threw me in the closet. And then I stayed in that closet for a good while. And then after that, he got me out the closet. I'm still tied up, hands, mouth, feet. And then he put me in the trunk of a car. And then he rode me around for hours and hours and hours. And I didn't have no clothes on. But he rode me around just like that. I didn't know what was going to happen to me. I was so scared. But in that closet, I asked God. I say, Lord, please don't let me die. Lord, please don't let me die. You know, I was sincere because I know God heard my voice. I know he heard my voice. And that man stopped. He stopped. And then he opened the trunk. And I thought, and he pushed me on the ground, and I still can't see nothing. And then I thought he was going to just leave me there and just go away, you know? But he didn't leave me there.
Was he drunk? Was he high himself?
He was delusional. He had to be delusional. Because if he took all my stuff and he had stuff, I don't know why he done this to me. It was something, I never knew the man from a paintbrush or what. But he got me out of that trunk of a car and he threw me on the ground. And I thought he was just gonna go and leave me.
Yes.
But he didn't. What I felt was pow, 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 all in my body, all on my left side. He was shooting me so hard. He shot me here and here, and he come out there and there. And then he shot me all back, everywhere on the left side of my body, in my legs, in my stomach. And he shot me 14 times, over and over again. But what it was, after he shot me, he poured Clorox all over my body. You know, I guess he wanted to get rid of the evidence.
That it would, I guess it would disintegrate.
Yes. Yes.
Man.
But see, what he didn't know, that God had a plan.
Amen.
What he didn't know, that God had a plan. Some kind of way the ties come off my eyes. And I saw light. You know, God is of light.
Yeah.
And whatever that light was, I drugged my body. I drugged my body to that light. And it was a highway. Cars passing me by. passing me by. So I get closer and say, help. They didn't stop. Them cars did not stop for me. They just passed me on by like if I wasn't nothing. And so I got closer. I got closer to the road. And I said, help. But the third car stopped for me. And guys, no, it was a guy named Mike Heineken. He's my brother in Christ right now. He got out of his car and he came to help me. And he said, what's your name? What's your name? And all I was saying is, and then, all that I was saying was, my kids. I wanted my kids. See, I just wanted my kids. And God, no, I wanted to be back with my kids. So he asked me, well, he thought my kids was out in that field dead too. But no, after that I conked out. But all I wanted to go back is to be with my kids.
To be with your kids. Wow. God spared you, honey. He spared your life because he did give you a purpose. And I can say this because I am a part of a fifth generation. Miss Sybil had a customer that came into the grocery store that was my grandmother. And my grandmother would pray for her. I remember hearing stories about my grandmother would pray for this sweet, precious lady. And I remember sitting beside you at church one day when I was finding somewhere to sit, and you asked me, are you Shirley's granddaughter? And I remember that, and I said, yes. And then you told me, and I was like, I remember my mama telling me this story.
Yes.
So then when it come up, you came up again because you're starting to tell your testimony out now. And the thing is that we've got to testify the goodness of God and what he's done for us. There's a song, it's an old gospel song. I gotta tell somebody what Jesus done for me. So it can help the next person.
Yes.
So Miss Sybil, we know you are alive and well today.
Yes.
Shine in your brightness, shine in your glow. Yes. Jesus Christ is in your life. And I'm so excited to be sitting here with you in Berea of Berea, South Carolina at this park with children. Now let's talk about the children. So all you cared to do was get back to your children. So once you got yourself healed and God restored you, rebuilt your life and everything, and you turned your life around and such, and you said you have how many children?
I have 7 children. I have 1 daughter and 6 boys.
Wow. Well, before we close, Miss Sybil, I want you to take a few moments. One is to share something to your children. I want to give you an opportunity. If there's anything you want to say to your children, feel free, because it can help maybe other moms, to stand up and say whatever's on their heart to their children. So this is your platform today to share what's on your heart.
I just want to, first of all, give God the glory that we are here today. I just thank God for my sister, first of all, invited me to do this with her. And I just want to talk to my kids, my children, to let them know I thank them for forgiving me. First of all, they forgave me for anything I've done wrong or anything I've hurt them with. I thank them for forgiving me. And I just want them to know that in life, the drug is not a joke. Cocaine is not a joke. It will take everything from you. You think it may make you feel good for a while, but it will destroy your life. Alcohol will destroy your life. I've had car wrecks drinking. I don't want none of my children to become like I was. I want you to be better. And I love you no matter what. But I just pray that God keep y'all safe. And just know what the crack and the cocaine and the alcohol can do to you. I love her. I love you so much.
It's precious. That is so precious.
And I just want to say to any mom that's out there, love your children's. Love your children's. And turn away from drugs if anybody are out there on it. Because I hate to see anyone out there struggling. And just be strong.
Thank you, Miss Sybil, for taking the time to share your life story, you know, from pit to purpose, because now you are living a new life, you know, a new life in Christ, and new life in a new body, so to speak, because once was dead is now alive. And I thank God for this opportunity to be able to sit down with you, hear your story. You are a precious woman. You've got a sweet spirit about you. And I'm just thankful that you took the time to be on the Voice of Vision and Truth, to share your voice, to share your truth. If there's anyone out there that wants to testify, to tell their story of the goodness of how they've overcome from their pit to purpose, from their trial to triumph, reach out to your girl, Robin Shockley, with Focus Forward Robin, and I would love to make this connection with you. On behalf of the Voice of Vision and Truth, this is what I always like to say. There are a lot of things that happens in our life that we can't go back and change, but we can choose to focus forward. We can start with new beginnings and start our life over. You know, we can't erase the past. Miss Sybil, she can't erase her past. But you know what? She decided God gave her a second chance to start a new life, and she has. Yes. God wants to give you a second chance as well. So if you need prayer or you need counseling or anything like that, be sure to reach out to somebody. Find you a mentor. What if she had had mentors when she was at that young age that could help her turn away from the foolishness that she was doing and the things that she was getting involved with? What if she had somebody in her life to structure her and guide her in the right direction? We can't just live by what ifs. We got to make a change for generations for tomorrow. I'm always wanting to say, impacting one generation to another by the positive seeds we sow today. Miss Sybil is sowing a positive seed today by sharing her voice. I always want to tell you this too. Remember, if you think a thing, you believe a thing. If you believe it, you will achieve it. It's the Focus Forward Robin way. Guys, until next time, remember, always keep looking up and know who the source of your answers is. This is your girl, Robin Shockley, on the Voice of Vision and Truth podcast. Awesome. Oh, I love you. You're so precious. Oh my God, you're so precious. Oh, your story. God has given you a new life, Miss Sybil. Oh my God, you are just,
And I love you.
Yes, and may you go forth and continue to be the light of hope to people.
I do.
You know, and you just got that happy glow. I love it.
And I do on my job. I really, really do. All my customers. I mean.
Well, thank you so much for being with me today.
Yes.
I'm loving it. I love it.
I love it too. I'm so glad to see you.
I know, it's been a minute. Oh gosh, I've got to show this to my grandmother and my mom. Do you have a story to bring positive impact of change to the next generation or even this generation? Contact your girl Robin Shockley on all social media platforms to tell your story on the Voice of Vision and Truth podcast.
Get focused, get noticed, move forward, you know it, Robin. Get focused, get noticed, move forward, you know it, Robin. Get focused, get noticed, move forward,
you can see. Watch where she take 'em, full of inspiration, get your daily motivation.